All right, so we're playing around again tonight with the Tisas 1911. It is the Night Stalker in 10mm. We've got the Swamp Fox Sentinel 2 and the TLR 1HL by Streamlight. I've adjusted the extractor. I've polished the breech face. We've run over 300 rounds with it. Got 326 on it, full power 10mm rounds for the most part, and a few hand loads. Half of them actually being hand loads. So we're going to continue that today. We're going to run about, let's see, 8, 16, 24, and there's another 6. So there's 30 rounds of Cellar and Below brass. This is 165 grain Rainier Ballistics total metal jacket hollow point, just a match style bullet. And then we've got some 40 Smith & Wesson. That's also a Rainier Ballistics bullet, I believe. Some old stuff I had, some Phoenix and some American Eagle. And then we've got some brand new CCI Blazer 180 grain full metal jacket. So we're going to see how it digests these guys. We're going to test some 40 Smith & Wesson in it. If it doesn't want to run it perfectly, we'll discount it because obviously it's not head spacing off of the chamber cut. It's just being held by the extractor. So we'll see what happens, but we have gone ahead and done some adjustments, including polishing and taking the edge off of the angle. I have to look up the proper term. My hands and my brain are frozen tonight, but it is the bottom of the slide where it interfaces with the sear disconnect, as well as ramps over the next round of the magazine as it's feeding. And that was catching on the top of the rounds and nosediving them into the feed ramp and pushing them forward. So that was some of our failures to go into battery. It was actually, I guess you could say, a form of misfeed. But we're going to see how it runs tonight. I'm going to throw the GoPro up because my camera mount for my phone has broken. So we need a new one of those. And then we got the 300 Blackout over there. We've just been playing with that too. But hand the 10 gauge is there until shooting light's over, because every once in a while a goose likes to fly through here. So I got a hand cut silhouette target downrange. We're just going to play around, hit some steel, and see what we can come up with. All right, got some gloves on. We're going to see what we can get done here. I'm going to start off with a partial magazine. This is a Tripp Research Cobra Mag 10-rounder. Fed perfectly fine. Safety's on. That earplug to seal in here. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can get done. Dot's too bright because we're losing light. Okay, not very good because I'm just shooting it like an imbecile, but 6 rounds, no problem. A little bit different, run it with a heavy glove like this. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's hard to feel that reset. So there's some decent results. The plate I'm hitting out there, when I'm hitting it's at 50 yards. So there's another 8-round mag, just fine. Okay, there we go. There's 30 rounds in a row, not a single problem. Ejection is nice. It's at my about 4 to 5 o'clock, up and over about 10 to 12 feet away. So let's try some Federal 155 grain full metal jacket 40 Smith & Wesson out of the Cobra Mag here. I'm going to take this glove off. It's nice and warm, but it is making feeling that trigger reset difficult. So perfect. All right, so 10 rounds of Rainier Ballistics 180 grain hollow points. Perfect. All right. There we go. 40 rounds, 20 of which were 40 Smith & Wesson, just barely pooping out there. Let's load up some more and see what else happens here. And we'll call that good for right now. Let's start off with a 40 Smith & Wesson again. That was fun. I don't think it likes those quite as much. Blazer brass now. No problems there. Beautiful. All right, let's do 10 more rounds of this. Let's do 5 more. Shoot, we'll do a whole 15. We'll do a 5-round mag, and then we'll do a mag swap here. It's 40 Smith & Wesson, 155 grain full metal jacket.
Let's see what we come up with here. It is like 20 degrees out and the temperature is dropping, so
we're losing light. It's dropping. I'll holster up. We'll shoot 5 on our silhouette. If I can get in the mag carrier. Then we'll reload and shoot the 10. Beep. That reset will get you if you're feeling for it. Ah, frozen hands. Not a problem. All 15 perfectly fine. So apparently the extractor tension adjustment plus a little bit of modification to the ramp on the underside of the slide as it goes to the breech face. Had to take that burr off, make it match more of my 45 1911, my Ruger, and hand polish it. And now it's perfect. Really simple things to do, but if you don't know what to do or you're looking for good to go out of the box, definitely not okay. So that is a consideration there. So I got 40 rounds here. Just gonna dump it out. We're gonna get loaded up here real quick. Now we got 40 rounds of the Blazer brass loaded up, but I've got 10 rounds of the Rainier ballistics, but this is backed by 8.7 grains of power pistol. This is a really flashy powder, but very reliable load so far. This is in MagTech large pistol primer brass, so Brazilian brass here. Okay, so here's the Blazer brass again. Problems. That Blazer brass is no slouch. Really, no slouch. There you go. 50 rounds straight, and now I can warm my hand. Oh, that's a little too warm there. Running good. Full temps, full power ammo, low power ammo. Not a problem. Let's see, we got 20 rounds of this 40 Smith & Wesson left. Let's just throw it in these Cobra mags here. Really weak sauce actually for a target round. This is all remanufactured ammunition anyways, so if I remember this Phoenix ammunition. I don't even know if they're around anymore. It was $28.99. This was back in, oh, this had to have been purchased back in like 2015. Terrible price there. I don't know why I bought that. And then $23.99, both of those from a retailer that I used to work at. I probably got them on discount or something. That probably wasn't the price I paid, if I remember correctly. But Matt Hagen Outdoors in Radford, or Fairlawn, Virginia. So worked there in college as a sales associate behind the gun counter. Good experience, but retail will suck the soul out of you, I'll tell you that. Some days were amazing. Loved helping people with firearms and outdoor hunting gear, and some days were great. Oh, all right, well, apparently we're doing an 8-round mag because my brain's freezing up and I grabbed a 8-rounder. So 2 out of this Tripp Research. Let's see. Perfect. 8-round from Tisas. Perfect. 10-round Tripp Research. Get a little bit quicker there. Perfect, no hiccups. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's getting better. Ooh, she's getting smooth too. It's cold enough I'm having to use that Sentinel 2 as a cocking shelf there, a slide shelf. This Sentinel 2 I'm pretty impressed with thus far. I got 2 Sentinels. First one I bought for like 180. It broke, sent it in Swamp Fox, they replaced it. Got another one, it broke, and then I dropped it. It was still functional, but I couldn't turn the dot brightness down, so it was all just full brightness. And so apparently they discontinued it, unbeknownst to me, and they send me this Sentinel 2. Very, very happy with it thus far, but we'll save that story for another day. Let's throw some more ammunition in it. We're gonna go to Cellar and Below Brass next. Buy this this hand load here. It hated the Cellar and Below before, but I think our updates, our little fixes are going to help. So we're going to run the next 50 rounds there. I'll probably finish this box, and then I'll decide if I want to run this final box of Blazer Brass before we sign off for the night. It's getting dark. Okay, all 50 rounds loaded up. I'm going to start off with 4 rounds in the Rock Island mag. Very nice recoiling. That is 8.3 grains of CFE pistol behind that Rainier Ballistics. Ooh, went home when I slapped her in. P-Dog Slim, you die. Ooh, couldn't find that plate at 50. Beautiful. Just hammering my little silhouette target. 10 rounds. Okay. Last 8 of the 50. Let's see if I can actually run it fast here. I'm about 20 yards from my silhouette target. Just gonna see if I can keep her close to center and 8 rounds quick. That wasn't very quick. Perfectly reliable. Nice. Okay, so this hand load with power pistol should put us right over the 500 round mark. We're losing a ton of light here. Yeah, we're 20 minutes past sunset. So here's 7 rounds and then 3 10 rounders. That is some serious muscle flash. There we go. Woo! That is some flashy stuff. I don't know how much the camera can pick up, but that is some flashy stuff. Having a hard time resetting that trigger with gloves on. It's a good data point. So, power pistol can get you down range real fast and heavy, but it's going to be a heck of a flash at night. Need some flash suppressant powder, maybe some number 11 FS might be better for 180 grain loads. That puts us over the 500 round mark, and it seems that we have solved our reliability issue with the Night Stalker. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Seems like it's damn reliable now that we've taken care of its little issues. More to come, guys.